Hi, welcome to ZenViewStudio. Eric speaking here. Well, today it's about a new addition to the studio. This little gizmo here. It's a QuantAsylum QA403. QuantAsylum QA403. That's the new spectrum analyzer. And we'll see a little bit what it does in terms of performance compared to the older one. This one was the 400, 10 years old. Well, this little boy here, with the addition of a little Cosmos APU unit and a Victor oscillator, which is very low noise, is capable of going and chasing the big boys. I will show you, and I will show you the captures. It's capable of doing THD measurements down to minus 141 dB. That's minus 141 dB. That's the lowest you can get around. Even API doesn't do any better than this. And the signal to noise ratio is 121 minus 121.98, and the THD plus noise minus 121.48. I would say quite impressive. But even this old boy here, that's 10 years old, with the addition of these boys here, is capable of quite impressive numbers. In fact, this boy, which is supposed to be minus 105 dB dynamic range, with the addition of the notch and the oscillator, I can measure minus 130 dB THD here, and minus 119 dB signal to noise ratio, and THD plus noise. Nevertheless, it's about 3 dBs or less than the better unit, and 10 dBs less for the THD measurements, but quite impressive, I'd say, for a 10-year-old unit. This one is for sale, because now I won't keep the two I have now. But this is more in detail. I'll go over and I'll show you the captures. You can see it on the screen here, but I'll show you on the screen on your computer. You can see that for yourself. Okay, let's go on. All right, here we see the results, which are in fact actually better than what I said earlier, because in the meantime, I switched on the plus 6 dB amplifier, which is on the notch, and that gave me a result of a THD of minus 142.09, as you can see on the screen. And THD plus noise is 122 11 dB minus always. This is fantastic. I repeated those tests, and I took care of making sure I could repeat those tests over time. So I did the tests about 3 times. The first test I did were without having the amplifier on, and here are the results. I'll show you in a minute. So here we go. This is the first test I ran where the amplifier was not on, and as you see, this is where the minus 141 stem from. That's what you see on the screen, and but you could improve on that, and this is what I found out turning on the 6 dB extra gain that's on the notch, and then I got always results in the 142 for the THD, minus 142, which is absolutely fantastic. So you understand fully the method. In fact, the software allows you to run a frequency response test, which will create the weighing file, which you see displayed on screen as weighing. And this is the difference. Here is without the weighing file being applied. And so you have minus 30 dB, exactly minus 29-76 dB to apply to get the results. In fact, you see when you calculate, you see there is a slight difference around 0.7 less than a dB, 0.70 minus 0.70 dB, and that's what the weighing adds for precision. In fact, this method can be used with the older unit. Just by using the older unit, you see here that we achieve minus 130 dB THD and minus 119 signal to noise ratio, so it's very good nevertheless. Here you have to subtract yourself from the figures that are displayed on screen, because there is no such thing as a user weighing function which automatically calculates that for you. At last we see that the measurements vary slightly when you have a signal which is lesser. This is achieved by using a -20 dB probe, which lowers the signal to the sweet spot of the input of the ADC. And this is how you get the better results. Just like on a console where you adjust gain to be in the sweet spot, it's a little bit comparable, and this is the way you achieve better results. All right, the setup, as you see, is with the Cosmos APU plus the Victor oscillator. I connected the Victor oscillator to a bench power supply, which supplies about 32 volts. So it should be 35, but it works there. And with a battery pack for the Cosmos APU to avoid any noise issue. Added noise, I mean. Voila, this wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to click the like button if you did. And ask any question if you have any. Thanks.